Hey folks, it's your old pal CLG here again. So let's take a look at the FCC guidelines for amateur radio. It is section 47, CFR part 97, Code of Federal Regulations. Yeah, I like to go to the source when it comes to anything, any kind of questions. Oh, how do I do this? How do I do that? You can ask your friends all you want, but where do the facts come from? And I think a lot of times us human beings like to make each other feel better and just make up bullshit or stuff that we've heard before that's probably not true. So I'm always like, go to the facts. So when it comes to ham radio, here it is, the famous section 97.1. Well, there's more than just 0.1, but this is the amateur radio guidelines from the Federal Communications Commission on just what the hobby is and all the legalities. And I think this is kind of fascinating because everything is in here. Definitions, what's an amateur radio operator, amateur radio service. This is stuff that I think people just assume and know about, I would think, on the radio that I've kind of need to read over again. Why not? I think this is interesting stuff. You know, a ham radio license is issued by the FCC, so it's a federal, what would you call it, luxury to the public, I guess. I don't know. And here's the FAA, Federal Aviation Administration. My father worked for them for 30 plus years back in the day, and he was able to raise a family of 6 on a government salary. That's back when if you worked for the government back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. That was a good time, until Reagan came in, and then there were some cutbacks going on, and he had to retire at age 55. But that was then, and this is now. So there's a lot of definitions in here on stuff, and races. Okay, races, it's not what you think, folks. It's radio amateur emergency service. The first one here, A, states recognition and enhancement for the value of amateur service to the public as a voluntary, non-commercial communication system, particularly with respect to providing emergency communications. So in case everything goes to hell, cell phones, satellites, everything, you can get a hold of your local ham radio operator. He'll get a hold of his people for you on his radio, I guess. I don't know. That's been around forever. 97.1, I don't think it's changed all that much over the years, but I think it's interesting. I'm going to read it, Some people are, I'm not going to read it. Well, I'm going to do it because, like I say, I want to know the source just so I can, know what's going on, know the rules and regulations. I don't see why that's a big deal. But look at this, definitions, HF. High frequency, and it tells you what it is, 3 to 30 megahertz. I didn't know LF, or was it, yeah. I knew LF was 30 to 30 kilohertz, but I didn't know what MF was.
I know what MF means.
300 to 3 megahertz. So does that mean that the 160 meter band is in the MF? Medium frequency, I guess. PEP, peak envelope power. That was good back when we had vacuum tubes, but now you can pretty much see your output. But there still are vacuum tube amplifiers and transceivers out there, so PEP would be the peak power of when you're talking, and you can get watt meters that do a ratio of that and kind of show more of a constant power outage as you're transmitting. But anyway, so it's got a lot of definitions in here, and I just thought this was I'm going to get it. Here's how I'm going to get it. What's kind of nice about this is they have the table of contents. You can quickly click on any one of these and look at it, or print the PDF. I'm going to do that. Generate PDF. Here it goes. And it's going to automatically do it. Here it is. The whole thing. So this is good if you want to put this in your little 3-ring binder. Here it is right here. This is actually easy to read. I like this. I would just open this on my Google Drive, and that's where this is going to go. But I just, go to the source. Yeah, it's a federal document, but the ham radio is a federal issued, I guess, luxury to the public, I don't know. So, anyway, just talking about going to the source, everybody, and knowing, legally what's going on with this hobby in case someone tries to sweat you, or if somebody comes up on frequency and tries to throw you off. What is the FCC's recommendation on how to handle that, if I'm on the air and I'm stepping on somebody and don't know it, yeah, okay, I'm sorry, I'll move off. I don't care. I'll move. I don't care. I don't need to have any conflict with people. Or if I'm talking to somebody on whatever, 40 meters, and somebody starts stepping on me and it's a bunch of people, big talkers with loud radios, and well, I guess it's all over for me. I don't care. I mean, I don't care. I don't need confrontation. Don't want it. I'm in my 60s. I was confrontational when I was younger. I didn't take shit from anyone. But now it's like, well, whatever. Have fun with your little combative nature. I don't care. I'm not part of that, so. Anyway, that's all, folks. Just want to show you that. And see you later, 73. Have a good day. Oh, hell yeah.